Hi there, I'm Mackenzie. I'll be working with you for the duration.
I'm Victoria.
Has anybody spoken to you about confidentiality yet?
No, not recently.
Not recently? Okay. So I'm just really quickly going to run over it. Basically what it is anything said in this room is strictly between us, unless a certain circumstance happens that I'm forced to break that, which would be a court case wherein I'm subpoenaed and have to provide the information, or if there's any inkling that you may present harm to yourself or harm to another person, in which case I will make sure that you are notified that the information is being released, so at least you are aware of it.
Okay.
All right. So how was your drive over here?
Not too bad.
Not
A
too
little
bad.
bit of traffic, but other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing.
Was the parking okay?
Yeah, it was pretty easy to find Tooheys.
All right, great. So why do you feel that you're here today?
I was recommended to you by my school counselor
Mm-hmm.
because the services that they offer isn't, like, there's not enough of them to kind of help, so I was recommended to go seek outside help.
All right. And why is it that you visited your school counselor?
I've been dealing with like a lot of family issues, like, so it's like caused me issues with like depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
and other than that, it's just those kind of things. But I've seen like a counselor for those stuff.
Yeah.
So I have seen a previous counselor.
Do you feel that the previous counselor helped in any way?
Kind of. It was more they just wanted to give me medication. I think they didn't really like listen to me or have any
Yeah.
help.
Well, I'll make sure I try to do those things to the best I can.
Okay.
So on the point of, you said you have difficulties at home. What do you feel is the hardest thing about anything that might be happening?
It's mostly my parents fight a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not focused on me, but it's also just the fact that like when they do fight, it does get to me, but
Yeah.
it's not directly to me. Yeah.
Okay, so you just feel like you may have some sort of involvement in some of the arguments, even though you're not there,
It's
if I'm
not
understanding?
that. It's more just like when they fight, like I'll be upstairs kind of like hiding in my room, but I'll still hear it, and like it really gets to me because like I feel like one day they're gonna divorce and I'm gonna be
Oh, okay.
in that situation where I have to choose a side.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the first time. So it's really, you're worried about your parents' relationship at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of starting to affect me at like school and stuff.
And that's where the anxiety you previously mentioned and the stress and stuff like that is coming from?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel, like, have you ever tried to stop them when they're fighting, or like gotten yourself involved?
No, I used to try to get myself involved, like trying to calm the situation, but it's never worked. It just creates more of an issue, and then it gets involved, and then they're screaming and there's crying and some throwing around of inappropriate words, and then we all just kind of leave. So like, there's no like real fix to it.
Yeah. How often is this? Do these arguments occur?
Mostly whenever my dad comes home.
Okay, so you feel like there may not be many times where there isn't an argument.
There's usually once a night, most likely.
Okay. When it's just you and one of your parents, everything's okay though?
Yeah. It's just more when they're together.
Yep.
And it's not just when they're together, like if it's more when like someone comes home that the fight happens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the ones that they're home for like 20 minutes, it's like all back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And how are things outside of the home? Like friends, aside from the anxieties at school, how's school?
Pretty good. I mean, I haven't like failed any classes recently.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting behind or anything, but it's also is affecting like my assignments, so like I feel like I could do better on them, but I'm not able to because in the back of my mind, like I'm worrying about that, or I hear them while I'm writing the assignments and I get distracted, and then it's almost late, so I rush.
Yeah. Well, see it from the perspective just for a few moments. it's more difficult to continue doing it. See it from this perspective of you're still passing, right?
Yeah.
That takes the effort, and that takes the strength to be able to push forward through the adversity that you've been dealing with at home, and continue to succeed. I feel like that is something that you could focus on maybe when it comes to your schoolwork. Just seeing it as I've been able to pass so far, so going forward, I can find it in myself to slowly increase those grades. And if you'd like, we can even sit for a moment or two during the session and speak on a plan for that increase, if you'd
Okay.
like.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So, what do you feel would be a good first step?
Feel like maybe not more like a step to raising it, but maybe a step to deal with it would be maybe to do my assignment somewhere else in my home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I could try to go to like the library or something.
Yeah. Do you have any friends in your classes?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Do you feel that you'd be able to maybe go to their house and study with them, work on projects with them?
Yeah, I think I could do with one of my friends for sure with that.
Yeah.
Just maybe not all of them.
Right. So that sounds like an amazing first step. You've already gone far ahead of what I was thinking. I was thinking more along the lines of percentages, not
Okay.
comfortability in the work. That's good. That's good. What else do you feel you may be able to do to increase your productivity in the work? Or that was the wrong word to use. To increase the effectiveness and efficiency.
I can't really think of another one, but if we want to go back to a percentage, I feel like raising from like a 50 to like a 60 would be pretty possible. So like slowly getting those up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how do you feel, other than going and working at a friend's house, how do you feel that you may be able to attain that goal?
Probably like maybe not leaving my house, but like putting in like headphones or something, or doing the assignments before my parents get home, so then when they get home it's not like I'm focusing on them, I'm done, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
And I can just kind of ignore them.
So really finding a space away from it inside the home.
Yeah.
So avoiding doing the homework and the assignments while there's an argument, or if you can, then trying to find a way to focus out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. So other than that, do you feel like there's anything that may be accumulating with the anxiety and the other feelings that you've been having?
No, other than that, I feel like it's mostly just family related for everything.
All right. Do you feel that there's any similarities between your parents and anybody else in the family? Any other arguments happening, aunts, uncles?
No. I think there's no like families like outside family fights, but like I know like where my dad gets it from.
Yeah.
So like he's very stubborn, so he gets it from his dad, I think, like my grandfather.
Yeah. Well, it can be difficult to manage somebody who's very hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounds that you've been trying to manage. But no, like it comes down to I would say with your work, your ability to continue getting these grades, because it sounds like you're more than able to. You're capable of finding ways to continue succeeding at things.
Yeah.
Which you should be proud of. That's it's a very good quality to have.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's all we're gonna be able to have time for today.
Okay.
If you'd like, you can call the office at any time to leave a message for me if you feel anything urgent.
Okay.
I may not be able to answer right away, of course, because I might be out of office or with a client, but I'll make sure to get to that as soon as I can. And I will see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.